What's up, Rob at 3STRONG? Today I'm going to show you how to loosen up your hips. Most people, when we think about stretching and doing certain stretches for the lower body, our go-to is always that hamstring stretch. And for many people, we do need to loosen up our hamstrings. But we kind of ignore the quads and the front of the body. The hamstring stretch, it's kind of the go-to. You always see people sitting down, or at least I do. People sitting down and reaching, and I'm going to do the hamstring stretch and a back stretch, and that will loosen up the back. But we still can have tightnesses. I work with a lot of female clients, and I've found that a lot of them have very flexible hamstrings, but very tight quads. And so we want to address that issue, because if we have a tight hip flexor and a tight quad, what that does is that pulls that pelvis forward into that arch position. I'm sure you've seen plenty of people walk around like this with the butt poking out. It's almost like the high heel walk. I don't know what it is, but anyway, we don't really want that. Even in some of my core training videos, we want to focus on getting that pelvis a little bit more level, and these tight hip flexors and quads are going to make it very challenging, because we have to work against those really big, strong, tight muscles. And so let's loosen those suckers up. I like my stretches to flow one into the next, kind of a natural yoga kind of thing, even though we don't even do yoga. But anyway, let's start with the basic quad stretch. So you're going to kick that foot back. If you need to brace yourself on a wall or grab a bench or something, whatever. A lot of times you start here. Notice how we have this break? Well, we're trying to lengthen the front, so we really need to stretch the front. The first thing, you want to pull that knee under your hip. So straight line from the knee all the way up to the shoulder. So you need to squeeze your butt, keep the abs tight, pull that knee back. Notice how that creates a little bit of space between my heel and my butt. That's what I want. And then I'm going to pull the heel in. So don't start just by pulling the heel in, because this muscle is lax. We want tension on it. And then we really want to increase the tension by pulling that in. That's the first part. From there, we kick that foot back. We're going to drop that knee slightly, but notice I want to keep this relatively straight so I get more of a hip flexor stretch. Reach up and back. So really try to elongate. Don't arch the lower back. That kind of loses the stretch. We want to keep the butt tight, and then reach up and back. You're going to feel a really strong stretch up there in the hip flexor. And then we just repeat. Remember, pull that knee under yourself, keep the butt tight, and then pull the heel in, and then we just lunge back into that backward lunge, and then we reach up. Great way to loosen up the hip flexors, loosen up the quads, but also kind of get your heart rate up a little bit, because you're actually doing the lunge, and so this gets the muscles loosened up, but also primed to start moving and working hard. So give that one a shot. Try that in the beginning of your workout and also at the end, and it's really going to help to loosen up those hips, and you'll feel really good. Okay, guys? See you tomorrow.